everyone. So today I have a really big haul from Shop Miss A. It has been a while since I've tried anything from them, and they have just had so many new kind of makeup products that have piqued my interest. So I picked up quite a few of them. So we're gonna kind of do a try on haul. I'm gonna share with you guys all the things that I got, some first impression reviews, and let you guys know what I think about these products. So we've got so many products to try out. The first one I have here, this is from AOA Studio. It's called the Flawless Primer Spray. I've never tried a spray primer, but I'm open to giving it a go. This was $1.88, and this is a really good size product, I have to say. It is 72 milliliters or 2.43 fluid ounces. I'm pretty impressed with the size of this because usually their makeup tends to be a little bit smaller to kind of match the really inexpensive price. So I was just kind of impressed by that. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm just gonna give it a quick little spritz. Ooh, woo, that is powerful. Okay guys, this is definitely like not the finest mist ever. Definitely really like splats you in the face with a bit of force, so I was not quite prepared for that. I wish I had a tiny bit of like a finer kind of spray to it. All right, so patted it into my skin. It dries down really quickly. Doesn't really feel like much on my skin. Maybe just like ever so slightly the tiniest bit of like, not even tackiness, but I don't really feel like it does much. So I did get another primer. I kind of want to try this one too. I know this isn't the best for testing, but I'm just kind of curious. So this is another primer. This one is called their Cosmic Cowgirl Skin Grip Primer. So I'm expecting this to be a bit more of like a stickier kind of primer. It's not the largest primer, but not bad for the price. So this one retails for $1.55, and it is 20 milliliters or 0.67 fluid ounces. All right, so it looks like this. Let's see what the texture of it is like. So it's kind of like a little cream, almost like a slightly lavender kind of tinted cream, but I don't think it's gonna like give any color or anything to the skin. Does have a little bit of a light fragrancing to it. Okay, it definitely does have a little bit of a sticky tacky feeling. It doesn't seem to feel as sticky as the e.l.f. Hydra Grip Primer, which I really do like that one a lot for the summer. So we'll have to see how this one lasts, but from the very first impression, I can definitely tell it is definitely doing a little bit of stickiness. So I got a few foundation-y type products, and I'm not quite sure which one I want to try because obviously I can't use all of these, but unfortunately it looks like I just kind of really underestimated the color range because I did get several products to try and a couple of these are not quite my shade. I am going to be doing some like self-tanning and stuff soon with like summer coming, so I'm sure that I can make these work, but let me just show you what I got and we'll kind of figure out maybe which color would be the best for me. So first off, I got two colors of the AOA Studio Satin Drops Foundation. I have number L1 and then I also have M1. I think M1 is definitely way too deep for me. Maybe the medium one will work a little bit better if I mixed it with a lighter color, and when I do like my self-tanning and stuff I will see if it works better, but let's just do some quick swatches of these. So here you might be able to see the colors a little bit better. This is light 1 and this one is medium 1, so definitely a bit deeper than my skin tone. So let's see what the texture of this is like. It's in a dropper bottle. It is definitely not like a liquid though. It's definitely kind of like a cream. Like you can see this isn't really moving anywhere. That is the light 1. So that looks like this. Let's do a little color comparison here. Okay, that is light 1. All right, and just to see like color wise how the medium color looks, let's do a little swatch of this one. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I think it's definitely just a little bit more on the orangey side for my skin tone. So I bet if I mix these two, it would actually be a little bit of a better color for me. But of course I also couldn't just stick to two face products. I got a couple more as well. And this one was a little bit more expensive. I think this one was $4. This is from A2O Lab. So it's called the Soft Matte Foundation. And I got mine in the color, I think L2. So I really like the packaging of this. I feel like it looks a little bit more, you know, nicer than their like $1 line and stuff. It does have a pump as well. Okay, this one looks a little bit darker than it does in the bottle here. So actually, this might not be a bad color at all. So that is what that color looks like on me. Let me do one more swatch on this side just so we can kind of see them all together. Then they also had this other one. This is the AOA Studio Luminous Skin Veil BB Cream. This one is in the color L3. So let's do a little swatch of this one. I know, I kind of went overboard with the foundations this time, but I was just kind of wanting to try them, and they were so inexpensive. So this one, okay, see, that one's more of like goldeny. Okay, and then finally, the last foundation product that I got, I know, completely overboard. This is from AOA Studio as well. It's called the Air Cream Foundation. This one is in the color L2, which I feel like is super dark for being like the second lightest color. And I think this is gonna be kind of more like a skin balm. Let me see how much this one costs. Also $1.88. Yeah, this one's definitely kind of like a little bit of a harder pan, kind of like cream product. Let's just do a little swatch over here. It's a little on the yellowy side, but I don't know, the texture is actually kind of nice. It's got more pigmentation than I was expecting. Like that's really pigmented. Let's go ahead and commit to the soft matte foundation. I just feel like this one color-wise might be the best one for me, so we're gonna go with that one. But I'll definitely be trying all the rest of these sometime soon. Maybe I'll do shorts, or maybe I'll come back and do like a video dedicated to them, but we will see in the future. I am gonna reapply just a little bit of that primer where I wiped off the foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna do one pump and see how far that gets us. I'm gonna start by just tapping this around and dotting it on, and we'll see if we need to apply more or if this gets the job done. This shade actually almost looks like it has just like the tiniest bit of like an olivey undertone, which I'm not olive undertone at all, but I just thought that was interesting. This is definitely a little bit on the thicker side as far as like the consistency of the foundation goes. So I find that it's kind of easier to do like a little bit of like a stippling motion rather than trying to like swipe it across my skin. And I do think I want to add a little bit more because I feel like I need just a little bit more to get the coverage I'm looking for. I do have to like pump it quite a bit to get the foundation to come out. It is kind of one of those like vacuum pump products, but it seems like it's not super airtight because like it's kind of not coming out. Let's do a little bit more in some of the spots where I want a little bit more coverage. All right, so this is how the foundation looks on. Overall, I'm kind of impressed with it. I do like the formula. It is a little bit on the thicker side though, so I did feel like I had to kind of work with it just a little bit more to get it to really like blend nicely across the skin, but I feel like this actually looks pretty good. The color is actually not that bad, I think, once it's all blended in. And I totally agree, it is a bit of a soft matte kind of finish. It's not very dewy or luminous, and it's not so matte where my whole face looks flat, but it does have that really nice kind of natural kind of skin look. So I'm actually kind of impressed with this. So far so good. I definitely think I'm going to continue trying this out and seeing what I like about it more, but for my very first impression with this, I'm actually pretty impressed with it, so I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so reasonably, I know, I can't believe it, I only picked up one concealer. I don't know how I ended up with 5 foundations and only one concealer, but whatever. This one is from AOA Studio, and they call this the Paw Paw Liquid Concealer. This one was $1.55, and I got mine in the color L2. Again, I just didn't really like want to go for the lightest colors in all of them, but now that I'm kind of seeing like the L2 colors, I feel like they're almost a little on the darker side for me, but maybe not. All right, so let's see how this one applies. This is kind of what the color of it looks like. Let's go ahead and apply this under the eyes. Okay, it's actually not as dark as it was originally looking. It's blending quite nicely. I think the color is not bad. I like that it's a little bit more of like a medium thickness as far as the texture of the concealer goes. I don't really like super thin, lightweight kind of concealers because I just feel like they don't really do much for me, and the older I get, the darker under eye circles I have been getting, so kind of feel like I need a little bit more of a heavier dutier concealer these days. But I feel like this is a really good nice in between, not too thick, not too thin. So far I'm actually liking this as well for my very first impression. I am going to take just a little bit of a setting powder and set my concealer with that. So for my blush, I ended up getting the whole set of their I Heart Dew liquid blushes. You can get them individually, but I decided to just get all 5 of the colors so I could show them all to you and review them. And if you get all 5 of them, you do get 5% off. So I paid $8.93 for these. I really like the color range that they have in here. You've got like some red, some berry, some mauve-y kind of tones. So I really like the variety. So the first one we have here, this one's kind of like the most like corally pinky kind of color. This one is called Cutie Pie. Next up we have a little bit more of like a pinky red kind of color. This one is called Hottie, and so if I compare it to Cutie Pie, it's definitely a little bit more deeper. Next up, we have the color Sassy. This one's just a little bit more muted compared to the last one. Next up, we have Dolly. This one's almost like a dusty mauve kind of color. So if I compare that one to the last one, definitely leans a lot more cool toned, a little bit more gray pink purple. And then finally, this is like a deep, beautiful berry color. This one is called Foxy. And again, if I can compare that one, you can just see how vibrant this one is. So let's just do like a quick little swatch of all of these and kind of get an idea for how pigmented they are and the texture of them. Ooh, these are almost kind of like a liquid serum-y kind of blush. They're very thin in the texture of them. They're not like thick and creamy. These are like watery thin. So that is the color Cutie Pie. Wow, that one is intense. That one is in the color Hottie. All right, next up we have the color Sassy right here. All right, so you can see the color Dolly. Oh my gosh, you guys, this one looks like a jam almost. This one is really, really pigmented. And again, that is the color Foxy. That would look absolutely beautiful on deeper skin tones. So the way these kind of dry down, they feel a little bit kind of like a cheek stain kind of product. So I wouldn't really call these like a cream. Let's see if it actually stains the skin. Oh yeah, these are definitely a stain. You can see that is not coming off easy. This one is really, really pigmented too. So these I would imagine would have some pretty good lasting power, but I definitely think this is the type of product you want to work quickly with blending it in. You don't want to like dab it on and then like be looking for a brush and then like get distracted or, you know, do whatever, because I feel like you're gonna have to work to blend this in a little on the quicker side. I'm kind of leaning a little bit towards the brighter kind of color for now. And my favorite type of brush to apply these types of liquidy blushes, this is from Luxie. This is called their 532 Round Top Blender. I find that this just is a really great way to blend in any type of cream or liquid blush product. So I'm gonna zoom you in just a little bit so we can see a little bit better. And I think for me, the best way to apply it is to put a little bit on the back of my hand and just dab a little bit on my cheek and build it up on one cheek at a time. Like I said, I think you kind of want to be careful with not taking too long to try to blend this product in. Might pick up just a little bit more, see how it builds up. Oh yeah, it's building up quite nicely. And since it's so thin, it really doesn't look like anything sitting on top of your skin or like kind of caking up your skin. So I actually quite like this texture. It's very easy to work with as long as you work quickly. Now I will say, however, though, I do have a little spot that I feel like the blush kind of picked up some of the foundation though, but I really like that blush. I feel like it looks really natural on the skin. And you need so little amount of this. Even though this is kind of a small product, I feel like this in and of itself would last you quite a while. So this is a really good price, especially if you're just wanting to get them individually for $1.88. I would recommend this one. All right, so next up for brows, I got this eyebrow pencil and I thought that this was so cute. This one is called the AOA Easy Brow Styler in the color Taupe. The actual eyebrow pencil looks like this. It's kind of one of those, like almost like a teardrop wedge kind of shape. It's a little on the chunkier side, which I like because I find that the micro ones just, you use them up so quickly and I don't really bother doing like the little tiny brush strokes on my eyebrow hairs. But it also comes with this adorable, it looks like a teeny tiny toothbrush for your eyebrows, and I just feel like this is such a nice little brush on here for being an under $2 product. So I just really kind of like this little brush on here. I feel like it's so cute. It's actually very soft too, and I feel like it's perfect for brushing up your eyebrow hairs and kind of just like combing them into place. But let's see how the actual eyebrow pencil works. And just from looking at it, it looks like this could be a really good color for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start by filling in my brows. This one definitely feels like it's a little bit more on the harder kind of pencil side, which I'm actually not that mad at because sometimes I find the super creamy pencils tend to just kind of move around a little bit too much for me. And there's nothing worse than accidentally like wiping off your eyebrow, which I have been there and I have done that. Definitely showing up quite nicely. I feel like the color is quite nice too. You guys, we might have a winner on our hands. Okay, so this is the eyebrow filled in. This is my natural brow. I feel like I might go back and like stock up on these because I'm pretty impressed with this one. And it's less than $2. Like, can you believe that? And it has that nice brush on there. Okay, I'm sold. I really like this. This is a winner. This is absolutely a winner for me. Oh, I forgot I had another blush product. This one's kind of like, I don't know, maybe a gimmicky kind of product, but I wanted to see what it was like. Let me see what this one's called. Okay, this is called the AOA Mood Glow Color Changing Gel Blush for $1.55. It is completely clear, so I'm kind of intrigued on this one. Obviously, I've already got blush on, so I'm not going to apply it to my cheeks, but let's do a little bit of a swatch on my clean hand over here. This one's obviously all blushed up from the blush drops I applied, but let's take a clean finger. We'll do this one right here, my little ring finger. Whoa, this is like very sticky, but let's see if this does anything. So I gotta rub it in. Okay, I think I'm starting to see a little bit of a color change. I wonder if it's like heat or friction. Okay, I can see an ever so slight bit of like pinkiness to it, but it does feel like straight up Vaseline on my skin, and it looks like it too. So I don't know about this one. I mean, it definitely did change color, but it was pretty slight. You can see on the makeup wipe here, you can see it's definitely some pink there. I don't know, this one might need a little bit more playing around, but just my very first impression of it, I really don't think I would like this on my cheeks. I think the texture is just way too oily and like sticky. So next up, I got another set of items that you can get individually, or you can get a discount if you buy them all. I decided to just go ahead and buy them all because at the end of the day, there were so many I was going to get. I was like, well, if I'm getting like 95% of them, might as well just get them all. So these are some cream eyeshadows. They're from AOA. They're called the Venetian Romance Creamy Eyeshadow. I got all of them with 5% off, was $14.29, and it comes with 8 different colors in here. We're gonna swatch them all, see what they look like, and figure out which ones I want to apply. Oh no, one of them came broken. The little cap is broken. Oh no, I'm worried that the product's gonna dry out. Maybe I can email them or something, because that's unfortunate. The little lid is broken. It was broken and still in the plastic wrap, so that's kind of a bummer. So I'm thinking that these are going to be kind of similar to like the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. That's kind of the vibe they're giving off. So the first one I have here, this one is called Crystal Visions, and it looks like this. It's kind of like a white pearly color with almost a little bit of like a glowy greeny kind of duochrome to it. Oh my gosh, it kind of has like that glow stick kind of color to it. I love this. Wow, that is really pretty. The texture of this feels really good. It is a little bit on that like thinner, creamier kind of consistency, very in line with like the Color Shock shadows or Super Shock shadows from ColourPop. Wow, that is stunning. The next one I have is called Whirlwind. So that is the color Whirlwind. Like I said, it's kind of got like that peachy goldy reflex to it. Next up, let's do the color Betrothed. Betrothed is definitely more of just like a soft champagne, whereas Whirlwind had that goldy kind of color to it. Let's go ahead and do the broken one. This one is in the color Jewels, and that is this one here. I feel like this one doesn't have as much color payoff, so this one so far is probably my least favorite as far as just like the pigmentation goes, but it is still a pretty color nonetheless. Okay, this one I'm really excited about. This one is called Moreau, kind of like a true rich gold color. That one is just stunning. This one is in the color Coronation. This is a bit more a copper bronze. Look at that. That is pigmented. That is copper. All right, next up we have the color Petticoat. I'd definitely say the last one was more copper, whereas this one's a little bit more of a true bronze kind of color. Finally, this one looks like it's gonna be gorgeous too. I kind of saved this one for last. This one is called Era. So definitely the most olivey green out of all of them, but still not quite green. Let's see what these are gonna look like on the eyes, but I'm kind of wanting to do these two colors, which was Crystal Visions and Era. I just feel like they would kind of complement each other in a really pretty way. All right, I'm really excited to try this color Era. I'm just going to apply it with my finger, and I'm just gonna go right onto the lid. I didn't even do any primer or anything. We're just going for it. This is super easy to blend. I'm really liking how this color is looking with my eye color too. I feel like they kind of complement each other nicely. And I feel like this is a really pretty kind of like one kind of color and done type of eyeshadow look. Let's do a little bit of that greenish color to kind of bring a little bit more light to the inner corner. Now I will use a little brush for this one because I'm not the best at using my fingers with trying to apply stuff to the inner corner. So I'm just gonna take a little flat top kind of shader brush and I'm just gonna kind of put that on the inner corner here just to bring a little bit of that color in. I can do a little bit of this on the lower lash line, just kind of on the inner portion. Again, with that same Era color, I'm gonna take that with the same brush and just run a little bit of this on the lower portion of my bottom lash line, just kind of bring that color down. All right, I really like how that looked just using those two colors. Very quick, very easy. I feel like that was a super simple eye look. Took no time and they are so affordable. All right, so I got my eyes done, just did some liner, lashes, mascara, and I think I'll leave you zoomed in just a little bit for the lip products so you can see the colors a little bit better. So I did get a few lipsticks. I think I got some like a lip gloss, maybe a liquid lipstick, some lip liners. So we're just gonna kind of look and see what we think about these and try them out. So first off, for the lip liners, I actually got more lip liners than I realized. I ended up getting 5. I got 3 from this line. So these are called the AOA Studio Artista Lip Liner Pen. So like a pinky mauve, a nudie peach, and then a little bit of like a deeper taupe. And these were all $1.88 a piece. So again, like you just really can't beat this price at all. So the first color I got is called Eggplant. Now this one is like the more kind of like pinky rosy kind of color. So I don't really think I agree with the name of the color, but hey, it is what it is. Let's just see kind of like what this color looks like. Yeah, it's definitely kind of like a liquid liner for your lips. Ooh, it is extremely sticky though. I went ahead and just applied it all over my lips just so you can get an idea of the color. I feel like color-wise, I really like this. It looks really good for like my natural lip color, but oh, my lips feel like stuck, like glue together. So I don't know if I like that texture. All right, so that is the color Eggplant. I'm gonna do swatches of the other colors just so we can kind of get through this a little bit quicker. Okay, so here are the colors. That one is Eggplant. That one is, what I say, beige? Yes, beige. And then this one is rose brown. I don't know, I'm gonna have to play around with these. I just didn't love that sticky texture of these, but the colors are quite nice. So we'll see if I can maybe make these work or try them out a little bit more. But then let's see the other 2 lip liners that I got. I think that these might be more of like a traditional lip liner. Okay, so these 2 lip liners are from the Cosmic Cowgirl collection. So I got 2 colors of these. Again, I kind of got more of like a pinkier one and then more of like a nudier kind of brown color. So the pinkier one is called Starbase, and this is more like a traditional, just kind of crayon lip liner, and it also has a little built-in brush on the other side. So if you want to kind of like blur out the lines of it, you can use that. I'm always for multitasking products that have like little built-in tools, so I really like that. And since this is more of like a traditional kind of creamy lip liner, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this one and see what the color looks like. Ooh, it glides on really nicely. All right, that's the color Starbase applied all over my lips. Has a really nice blend of not being too creamy, but and not being too waxy. Like it really just has a good, nice balance between the two, and it doesn't feel too dry on my lips either. I could actually really wear this on its own and, you know, it doesn't feel too dry or uncomfortable on my lips like some lip liners can feel like. Not gonna lie, I kind of like this as is. Really like this color too. I feel like it's slightly more of a punchier kind of peachy color, so I like this one. I think I like this one more than the pen lip liner, so my money is going on these. This one is called Open Range. Again, this one is the more of like the nudier brown kind of color. I feel like this color is so similar to my lips, you might not be able to tell that much of a difference. Perfect kind of like everyday nudie kind of color for me, so this one's a win for me too. I would recommend these, not so much the Artista pen liners. And then let me just swatch these lip liners right next to the other 3, just so you can get an idea of the colors. All right, so all the lip liners together, these first three were the pen liners, these two are the cream liners, that one is Star Base, and that one is Open Range. All right, I got two lipsticks to try out. These are from AOA Studio. These are called the Buttery Blur Creamy Lipstick. I got two different colors to try out. So the first one that I got here is in the color Mauve, and then the other one I got is in the color Caramel. This one, I feel like it's a little bit deeper. I don't know what I was thinking getting this color, because I don't know. There is the color Mauve and there is the color Caramel. Like I said, I don't know what I was thinking getting that dark of a lip color, so I don't know. But let's try these on. So first off, let's do Mauve. I feel like this one is gonna be my favorite between the two. So I'm just going to skip liner for this, just apply the product. These are very comfortable. I really like this formula. It is very soft and smooth and creamy. It really is buttery. So I feel like they named this perfectly because it does have that buttery, kind of balmy feeling. Like it doesn't feel like a thick lip gloss or lipstick rather. It is comfortable and it's clearly pigmented. I really like this color. I kind of like these little more like mauve-y cool tones on me every once in a while, and seeing this right now I'm like, this is a color I could see myself wearing. It also has a deliciously light coconutty kind of scent to it. I'm definitely going to look and see what other colors they have because this is a good formula. I think I just found like a hidden gem. This one is really, really good. All right, let's go ahead and try the color Caramel. Okay, this one's actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. My application's not the best, but hey, I think I'm gonna take back everything I said because I think this isn't as dark as I was thinking it was gonna look on me. It is just a little bit deeper than what I typically go for, but I think this is totally wearable. And what did I say these were? $1.55? These are good. Like not even just like for $1 they're good. Like these are pretty good just as is. Yes, I like these. I would absolutely recommend these to anyone who likes more of a comfortable lipstick that still has good pigmentation to it. These are good. These are good. All right, and finally the last two lip products that I got. These are again from the Cosmic Cowgirl collection. So one of these is like a matte liquid lipstick and one of them is a gloss. I really like the packaging of these. I think they're super cute. I like the kind of like real slim line packaging to it. The matte one has that soft touch kind of rubberized feeling, and the gloss one is just like regular glossy plastic. And of course the matte has a purple cap and the glosses have a pink cap, so be easy to tell them apart if you had a whole bunch of these in your collection. Let's do the gloss first because that'll be easier to remove. So these were once again $1.55, and the color of the gloss that I have is in the color Ghost Town. So let's see what this is like. Let's see if there's any kind of scent to it. This smells like chocolate. Ooh, it smells like good chocolate too. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like a fakey chocolate smell, but I think that this is a pretty good fake chocolate smell. It's not like one of those that just feels, you know, like it's off. This one smells really good. Okay, but if you hate like a chocolate scented kind of lip product or like a faux chocolate, then you know you better than I would. But I have to say, this is probably one of the best smelling faux chocolates I've ever smelled in a lip product. So let's just go ahead and try this on. This one's got some light pigmentation to it. Has just a little bit of like a nudie peachy kind of color to it, but it is pretty subtle. Now this is one of those lip glosses that kind of feels a little bit more like an in-between a cream and a gloss, and it definitely does seem like it would be just a tiny bit, not even on the sticky side, but where it kind of just like coats your lips and you like can really feel the product on there. This smells exactly like when you open up a packet of like instant hot cocoa mix. This is what that smells like. All right, so this is the color Ghost Town. Lightly pigmented, like I said, there's not a whole lot of color to it, and the more that you blend it out, you know, it's going to go just a little bit sheerer, but so far I actually really like this. I like the color of it. I feel like I could throw this on top of like pretty much any kind of nude lipstick color just to add a little bit of gloss to it. Kind of almost has like a little bit of like a glossy balmy kind of texture, if that makes any sense at all. I love that scent though. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and try on the very last lip product, which is the matte liquid lipstick. This one is in the color Outlawed. Oh, the scent of this one is different. This one has like a bubblegum kind of scent. What's the pink one that like comes wound up and like you pull it out like a tape measure? What is that called? Hubba Bubba? Is that what that's called? Either way, I'm losing my mind. All right, so let's try this one on. Oops. Okay, I really like this color. The formula of this one, it is a very thin kind of formula of liquid lipstick. I do want to kind of let this have a minute to dry down and see what that feels like. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute and see what it's like in just a few minutes. Okay, so I did give this one just like a minute or two to kind of see how it set down. It does have a bit of a sticky tackiness to it, and maybe that will kind of go away in like a few more minutes, but I do kind of feel that like kind of feeling on your lips with this one. I kind of tried to see if I could like kind of tap off any extra. I love the color of this one though. I feel like it's really pretty. It's like that just perfect amount of like peach with a nude kind of color, and I really like how it looks on my skin tone. So color wise, I really like this. And when I first initially applied it, I like the application, but I'm not loving this kind of like in between sticky tacky feeling. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence with the liquid lipstick, but I did really like the lip gloss, so I would say I'd probably go for the lip gloss over the matte liquid lipstick. All right guys, rapid speed. I got a few more things I wanted to share with you guys, and these are some bath bombs. I have gotten several bath bombs from Shop Miss A before, and I have loved so many of them. They are so beautiful and pretty and cutesy, but the price is unbeatable. Most of these were like $1 or $2, and you guys, they are just so cool. So really quickly, we're gonna go through these. So first off, we have UFO. This one is so cool. Looks like a little flying spaceship. This one is green tea scented, and you guys, this is a pretty massive bath bomb. So like I said, for like $1 or $2, unbelievable. Another one is this one called Mermaid Tail, and this one is peach scented. This one, again, massive. This one is called Heart of Gold, and it is rose scented. Then we have Retro Jams. This one looks like an old school cassette tape. This one did come broken, but that doesn't bother me at all. I'm just gonna throw it in the bath, so it's not a problem. And this one's apple scented. This one is called Kiss Me. It looks like a little pair of lips, and this one is cherry blossom scented. I think this one might be my favorite. This one is called Amethyst, and it is eucalyptus, and it's got these beautiful little bath salts on here that makes it look like a geode. And then I picked up Love Crystal. This one is also rose scented. It's kind of like a little geometric heart. And then I also picked up 3 of their little body scrubs. I like these in the summer, and I like that these were kind of on the smaller side. So I got the peach raspberry one, then I got the watermelon one, and finally I got the cotton candy one. This one I'm probably the most excited about. All right guys, so that is everything from my Shop Miss A haul. I feel like they have a lot of really good hidden gems. Sometimes you have to dig through some of the products to find the really, really good ones, but I think that they are definitely there, and you honestly can't beat the price on some of these products. So I would say if you've never given them a try, maybe try out a few of these recommendations and you might be very pleasantly surprised. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Links are below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.